All right, everybody, what's going on? Tonight, we are going to be kicking things off with this new Mercyful Fate album review series. Um, of course, last time we covered a little mini discography there, kind of a smaller one with Nirvana, ranked all that stuff. Then we did rank the Halloween movies and the looks of Michael Myers and stuff like that. But now we're kicking things back into this album review series stuff we got going. So. That's right, Mercyful Fate. Of course, we're going to talk about the debut EP, the self-titled EP, Mercyful Fate. Very wild album cover. There's all the guys on the back, King Diamond and his corpse paint, classic. And you've got King Diamond on vocals, of course. Michael Denner as one of the co-lead guitarists, along with Hank Sherman, and then Kim Ruz on drums and Timmy Grabber on bass, which I'm not sure if either of them two are really on any of the other records. Off the top of my head, I guess we'll kind of see as we go along. But of course, Michael Denner, Hank Sherman, an incredible lead guitar duo there. But yeah, these guys, you may look at this and think it's like, a lot of people will think it's like a black metal album, which I guess I mean, I wouldn't really. It has elements of that, talking about a lot of the satanic stuff and that black metal does a lot of the time. So, there's elements there. Of course, the look of King Diamond really became like a thing for, the corpse paint thing became even more popular, like with black metal and stuff. But I would say this is more of just like just straight to the point, just heavy metal. And it gets a little speedy at times and stuff, but just awesome stuff here. So let's just kick it off right now with, again, this is gonna be a little short one. It's just the EP, and we started off with, so there's only 2 tracks per side on here, right? So A Corpse Without Soul, and this first track, if you're just getting into this band, I mean, I'll never forget listening to this album, or this EP for the first time. This is the first thing I heard by Mercyful Fate, right? So, hearing that was the song right off the bat, A Corpse Without Soul, that I was like, all right, I'm hooked. Just the incredible, before getting into Mercyful Fate and stuff, I was already a big Iron Maiden fan, so I love like dueling guitars, stuff like that. So you're getting that here, and you're getting kind of, with King Diamond, you get. His voice is definitely not for a lot of people. I know a lot of people are like, I like the music, but I don't like King Diamond's voice. I've heard that a lot of times, and I understand that. He has a very wide range. He'll do like his deep, lows and stuff, and it's like super high pitched, kind of squealy, high vocals, which I love. But yeah, a lot of people aren't all into that, but I think it's like super, unique, and his voice has so much character to it. Even goes as far as like in his solo career and all that, do like concept albums and stuff, playing these different characters vocally and stuff on those concept albums. So King Diamond is just brilliant singer. But yeah, Corpse Without Soul, this one, it hooked me right off the bat. The voice, was it shocking to me off the bat? The first time I ever heard this, I was like, whoa, yeah, I didn't expect that, but I was like, man, I'm digging this. And then they're going along with this badass song, which right off the bat, it's, one that's almost 7 minutes, right? And then, there's also just this breakdown, in the middle that just kind of, flips the song on its head there, changes things up, a little time change that I'm also all about. So Corpse Without Soul does exactly what it needs to do and opens this up, and, it grabbed my attention, and that song, this being the first EP, the first album I ever heard by them, that being the first song I ever heard by them, it grabbed my attention and made me want to hear more. So A Corpse Without Soul did that. Amazing song. Then we got the second track off side A here, Nuns Have No Fun. And this one's got kind of some comedic lyrics to it. I mean, them singing C-U-N-T, that's what you are. I mean, it's kind of funny. But I mean, even with the funny lyrics aside, I mean, it's just an awesome song too. Another really cool riff going on in here, that is just demonstrating, and another really cool shredding some shredding moments on there that demonstrates the chemistry between Michael Denner and Hank Sherman. Then we go on to the other side, and I just realized here that first one's called Side A. The second one, instead of being called Side B, it's called Side 1. So kind of weird instead of doing Side A, Side B, it's Side A and then Side 1. Never really noticed that, but that's pretty strange. But yeah, we get my favorite one off here right off the bat on this second side here, Doomed by the Living Dead. This one, if the first side of this EP didn't already hook me in, this one I was like, all right, I'm gonna, you know, maybe that much more eager to dive into them. This Doomed by the Living Dead. I mean, it's got just a badass riff going on in here, and then the chorus is like extremely hooky while, you know, still being really heavy and stuff at the same time. Has a really cool groove to it, and again, you just get the very outgoing voice of King Diamond up in here again, and just Doomed by the Living Dead is probably one of my favorite Mercyful Fate songs, period. It's such a damn good song that, you know, if you maybe have just not even heard this EP, which I know a lot of the tracks, where I think the whole damn thing was released on later on like a compilation called like Mercyful Fate, The Beginnings, that had like stuff like that. It was like had stuff from their first two LPs, and then of course this debut EP on there. So I think maybe more people heard it from that, this being kind of an underground release and everything at the time. But you know, if you've not heard that song, that's one of my favorite Mercyful Fate songs. Let me close out with Devil Eyes, another really cool one here. That, I mean, I gotta give props to old Timmy Grabber here. Kind of a funny name, you know, but on the bass, he's killing it on the bass here. This has got a really sick bass line going on here, really cool bass groove that's happening with this one. Of course, fronted by that big riff, and you know, King Diamond just vocally just killing it, hitting those high pitched notes that, you know, becomes a you know, like that's what it becomes known for, is that high pitch and just this dynamic range. And I think that if I had to pick a least favorite off here, it would maybe be Nuns Have No Fun, even though I like it and it's kind of a funny track. And it's a badass track too. Don't get me wrong, but that, if I had to pick a least favorite, it'd be that one out of these four. But again, I love all these four songs off this EP. Probably one of my favorite EPs of all time right here we're looking at. Again, my favorite, like I said, Doomed by the Living Dead, just fantastic stuff. And I just think this is a great introduction to the band. You know, it shows exactly what they're about in these four songs. You know, just straight punch in the gut heavy metal with just some craziness, you know, and it has like that satanic kind of mystical kind of feel to it. I mean, even the album cover, the crazy album cover, demonstrates this. You know, but that's really what the band this EP really is what the band is about. Of course, you know, things evolve, members change and stuff as you go, you know, further in the discography. But this is Mercyful Fate right here, I think, and this was a great introduction for me whenever I first got into the band. So it did its job of hooking me in, and I think that's exactly what like a debut EP should do, is show you what the band's about, make you crave more, and that's exactly what this EP right here did for me. So absolutely love it, guys. This is just an incredible one. This was a really hard piece to come by too, by the way, original press of this debut EP. So it was definitely this is definitely one of the gems here I've got, and I'm very proud to have as a fan of these guys. So, but anyways, yeah, y'all, I want to hear y'all's thoughts on Mercyful Fate, if y'all are into them or not, you know, or if you're new to them, you know, maybe give this EP a listen like I did when I was new to them, and let me know what you think about that, and if you've heard this before, and if or a big Mercyful Fate King Diamond fan, you know, let's talk about this thing. Or some of y'all's favorites off here, you know, and are some of these songs some of their best work. You know, like I said, Doom by the Living Dead, one of my favorite Merciful Fate songs of all time. And it's just right off their 4-song debut EP. So, you know, maybe that's the case for you guys, maybe not. So let's talk about some of that stuff down there. And of course, next time we'll be talking about the debut LP for these guys, Melissa. So stay tuned for that. That'll be an exciting one to go through. Very pumped to revisit Merciful Fate's discography coming up here. So anyways, guys, we'll just keep it going with that. So like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks.